Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to Decentralized Podcast. I am Pedro, and today Miguel will join a little bit later. So uh, I'll start alone. Uh, you just joined our mission to decentralize the world. So wisely, it's very important. And uh, thank you for joining us in this mission. Grab your drink. I have my coffee. And sit back and relax because we are getting nerdy here. So, while you are there watching us, make sure that you click the like button so that we know that you are still awake. Uh, because, yeah, nerdy stuff happens here. And yeah, we try to not be very, very boring, but sometimes these streams get there are problems and so on, and we have to solve them. And but anyway, this is live coding, so we are um, doing some live code again today. And this is business as usual. So we are participating, for the ones that are joining us for the first time. We are participating on an hackathon, and the hackathon is ETHGlobal's ETHOnline, and we are live streaming our process. On the last episode, we were building, initiating the build of the NFT smart contracts for our project, and today we will continue that and hopefully try to test the contracts and see if they are working as expected. So if this is something that you enjoy, press the like button to say that it is, and here we are. So, related to the major headlines of this week, there are a few things that worth mention. The FTX trial is moving strangely fast, and it seems that the love of SBF's life is taking turns and making sure that he gets what he deserves. My faith in the justice system is not very good. I think it ran out last century. So I still think he is going to maybe get away of this somehow, because if he's not stupid, probably okay, he is stupid, but if he's intelligent and a stupid intelligent, then he probably has a shitload of money on his untraceable accounts, and he will make some settlement, or he will find some other way to escape living in prison for the rest of his life. So, yeah, that's what usually happens on a large scale crime like this. So, I'm not very hopeful of this trial at all. I just find interesting some stuff that comes with it, like the usage of IDs of Thai prostitutes to simulate various accounts so that they could leverage even higher their positions in um, ruinous trades that they were making. So I think they couldn't get more creative with that. I think it's very funny. Um, again, uh, I cannot stress this enough. I have all the respect for people that lost money in that scam. Um, Fortunately, I was not one of them uh, because I didn't use FTX. I have access to other exchanges that are a lot better, in my opinion. But if those go under and they do bad decisions, I am in the same position. So I don't have much money in my exchange accounts. I just have a few staking that I do, and that's it. The majority of my funds is in hardware wallets, and I advise everyone to also always measure their risks and just have in centralized institutions the least they can to be convenient for them, because centralized institutions are convenient. It's unquestionable. It's much more inconvenient to use a ledger device or something like that. So, yeah, this is one of the headlines of this week, of course. And I also wanted to speak a little bit about the interview, the keynote of Edward Snowden in Bitcoin Amsterdam. I watched that, and I really um, I was really touched by it, because Edward Snowden is a guy that was a victim, and is still a victim of this political slash legal system slash financial system that we all know it's BS. And he he was very his keynote was very interesting in the appeal for all the Bitcoiners and the crypto developers in this space, and it goes really well with our episode at the first of at the beginning of this podcast, our second episode. The first one was an introduction, but the second episode, um, why we're here, and I really resonate with what Edward Snowden just said in Bitcoin Amsterdam. It's our responsibility to build a better system. It's our responsibility to build it in a way that um, everyone's privacy, everyone's freedom, everyone's uh, access is impossible to deny. And we see that these institutions already started to make pressures to control this space. And every blockchain is not every blockchain, but the majority of the blockchains is very traceable. So everything is public, and all the institutions uh, concentrate their efforts on making sure that they stay that way, so that they control everything with ease, just computers and computer codes, and they are good to go. And I really think that he has a very strong point there. We need to ensure that there is privacy, and it was very interesting because Bitcoin Amsterdam is in Amsterdam, and developers of Tornado Cash uh, are imprisoned in Amsterdam, and he made sure that Tornado Cash was also in his keynote, and that's fantastic because it shows that really any country, it doesn't have to be some crazy tyrannic country in God knows where, uh, even in Amsterdam or Europe or in the United States or in any civilized country, developers that build things can be arrested for building things that have been used for the wrongdoings of others. And that doesn't make any sense at all. Um, but that's the way this politic slash legal slash financial slash stupid system operates. Usually they um, make pay anyone that is in between uh, the course of their way of controlling people. So, um, if you didn't watch the Edward Snowden keynote, I advise you to watch it. It's on YouTube. If you go to, you can find it easily. It will be very easy. The one that I watched was the Bitcoin Magazine um, video, and yeah, it makes us all uh, think of our importance in this space and why I love it and why I'm doing what I'm doing every day. Uh, so I just wanted to share this with you. I really think that it's on us. It's on us to do the right things. It's on us to keep our freedoms, and we cannot blame anyone else. They will do what they have to do, and we should do what we are supposed to do. And that is related to uh, the major interest in this market is always price. And I completely agree with this view that it's wrong. The major interest in this space should be freedom, should be empowering people to do what they always should have been allowed to do in the first place. And all those freedoms were silently and um, under the curtain removed from them uh, year by year by year by year. And today we are only with a few freedoms left. And that's it. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about this. I think it's very important and it's very motivational for me. Uh, I really think that we should think about this and understand our roles here, because if everyone is in this space for more than 4 years, I am pretty sure that they made a lot of money. It's impossible to be in this space and not make money, because money should because of that, money shouldn't be the first uh, motivator for us. We will end up making money. That's how it works, right? You shouldn't be worried about that. If you are joining this space right now, you shouldn't be worried about making life changing money. No, it's the other way around. You will make life changing money if you do the right thing, inevitably. Believe me, I am the living proof of that. I'm not rich by any means. I don't care to be rich, but money for me is freedom. And every day that I work in this space, I become more free. So, and I understand more about money, and I understand more about financials and investments. And that really motivates me to do the right things, at least the things that I think it's important for my kids, for everyone in this planet and beyond. So if I do the right thing, and a lot of us do the right thing, it's inevitable for our children to have a better system than we were given when we were born. And yeah, this is one of a kind in human history that people like you and me alone can effectively change the world. So I hope you understand. I'm not. I don't care about being sensationalists and this is the truth. The truth. Okay, and I really think it's very very inspirational for all the developers in this space. Don't do shit just because you can. Don't build things just to make profit. This project that we are working on right now is a very small thing. It's just freedom to choose your handle in all social medias. It's a tiny bit of freedom that we hope to bring to life. And sorry, there was some glitch with my internet. I hope I'm back online. And yeah, so I really think that this project is that little missing piece to get that little bit extra freedom, which is controlling your own name on social media and make it so that other people don't extort money from you because they were faster than you registering your name and stuff like that. So that's a little bit. And then we probably will do some social media with that because I really think that decentralized social media, but properly decentralized social media, is a must. and we need to enforce that. We need to give it the value that it deserves. It's important for us to own our data. If it's important for us to not give our data away to centralized companies like Meta or X or XYZ or whatever. So that freedom is very important. And it's also very important for us to keep our freedom of speech, because um, freedom of speech just because just if you are not speaking what they don't want you to speak is not freedom. And that's what we have right now, clearly, and nobody complains about it. I really think that we need to rethink what we are doing and rethink that the importance of values like this: freedom of speech, um, owning your own data, trusting codes, not corporations, and freedom of access to permissionless. Everyone talks about permissionless and trustless and all those things. And when it matters to developer to development, I see all the reverse being done. I see more and more governance on each protocol. For instance, I see more and more trust in each protocol. The only protocols that I believe that are totally free are the ones that have no governance, are governed by codes, are not mutable, are immutable on-chain code that executes forever, and there's no one with special powers that does anything. It's equal for everybody using that protocol, and that's it. So the contract that we are building is not a mutable one. Doesn't have any owners. No one owns it, and is completely permissionless for anyone that wants to use it. This seems very marginal in the sense of importance for the majority of the developers in this space. They all think that having an upgradable contract is a very nice, cool thing that this technology allows. I see it as a subversion of this. We shouldn't be doing that. I understand that people want to be allowed to make evolutions and to make upgradability. To be able to upgrade, it's a lot less worrying for the developers. But guys, if you want to be a developer, a really a true blockchain developer, build stuff and test stuff and do that extra step that you need to do, which is testing and auditing and doing whatever, and make sure that your code works before you deploy it. And that's the only way we will achieve anything in this space. And If it gets hacked, man, you are clean. You did whatever you were able to, and the knowledge at that time didn't allow you to uh, identify that problem. But if you did what you should have done, which is good testing, good development, you will not need to have upgradable contracts. Uniswap v1 was not upgradable. Uniswap v2 was not upgradable. Every time they want to upgrade, they upgrade to a new separate version of the protocol, and you can still use the old one or the new one, and that's it. Uh, so I really think that's the way to build things in this place. Uh, build things that are not that require no trust, that require no permission, that everyone is equal, and this is very. It's becoming more and more sidelines in this space, and it was one of the most important things that cypherpunk movement shared with us. So, yeah, enough ranting. I am already talking for ages. I am just like this. If I start talking, I just keep on going. So, um, no problems, no problems. So with these two things, I'm going to share with you the state of the project right now, and we code together. So if you are there, smash that like button to let me know that you are there and you are enjoying this conversation. And yeah, let's go. Let's dive into code, guys. Let's dive into code. I will share my screen with you. Just a moment. There we are. Okay, so here is the code. Maybe I will put it a little bit bigger. Maybe like this. So, state of the project. There are a lot of things here that were not here the past session. And so the first thing that we have here is the soulbound token, which we kind of did in the last episode. So mainly this is an abstract contract of an ERC 721, which is the NFT, the standard NFT contract, that this allows transferring. Okay, so safe transfer from, approve, blah, blah, blah. All this is reverting, and with the error soulbound in its message, in its error. Okay. So, and our contract is a soulbound ERC 71, and we have a few errors here and so on, and we decided to have a bit close on the last episode of 30 days. So we have this constant here. It's still not used, but we will use it eventually. This is what we decided as well for the handle. It will have these characters, and at least 3 and at most 32. And um, and these are extra state variables for this contract. So we have the amount staked for each handle, the URI of each handle. So this is the profile URI. It will be working like every time you want to change the bondings of your profile with any other external DApp, like decentralized Twitter or something like that, you have to change your profile and bound your profile with that social media. And for that, you will add another bond to your contract, to your profile. And also on your profile, there is your display name, it's your avatar, and stuff like that. So it will be stored on IPFS, and we will have an SDK for this so that dApps can use it. So they can take care of authentication and bonding and changing the profile and so on. And every time the profile changes, a new IPFS profile will be generated, and it will be connected to your name, to your D handle through this URI. And then I have a few other storage variables in mappings, all by token ID, of course. The bidder of, which is the guy that is bidding on we just store the higher bidder, and that's it. There's no need to store any other because they already staked the amount they should stake, and that's it. The bid amount, of course, and the bid close, which is the timestamp or the blocks that are needed before that auction closes. So every time there is a bidder on this name, it will reset, and it will have to wait until this timestamp before being able to claim the token. Okay, so every time there is a bidder, there is always a time span of 30 days. And during that time span, a new bidder can come up, and or the owner can cover the bid, and for that close that bid immediately. Okay, so it's a fun game because if I have my own handle and I have, like, for simplicity, 1 ETH staked there, and another guy wants my handle, PRC, and he comes and he wants to place a bid. First of all, he has to double my my stake. So if I have 1 ETH, he will have to put 2 ETH. And then I can put any value I want. If it is higher than the bid will be automatically closed, and anyone that wants to challenge me again has to double my uh, staked amount. So in this case, he was bidding 2. I can go there and put 5. So if he wants to continue annoying me, he will have to put 10 ETH. Otherwise, he is not able to bid. And I have 5 ETH staked there, which is not uh, in any risk because I can withdraw it anytime, and that's it. When the when that guy just stops annoying me, I can withdraw 4 and keep the 1 that I was having there, and be happy until the next guy that wants to annoy me comes around. So I like this. I like this game, and it's always possible to challenge anyone. And if they are sleeping on their accounts, they will lose them and get their stake returned. And people that have interest in that name will be able to use it. So I like the incentives around this, and I really think that it's interesting in the point of view of game theory, and it simply uh, makes useless being a name squatter because there's no market. You cannot sell it and make profit easily. And the only way that you have to sell accounts is to sell controllable accounts, smart wallets, which I think it's risky, a lot risky in itself. So why should anyone do that? Not really sure. But if they can challenge the owner, why should they buy from a name squatter? Just challenge him, right? He asks for a billion bucks for a name, and you just challenge him to death. And he will be annoyed a lot having to go through through the auction process all the time so that he doesn't lose the name. Name squatters, they just want to buy the names and forget them, not and m- make profit whenever they sell one for the entirety of their investment, and everything behind that is just profit. So usually I don't think that they are very interested in keeping track of things and being constantly challenged to to keep their domains or their names in this case. So yeah, I think that this might be a very interesting way of reducing or eliminating name squatting for good. Um, so I already made a few functions like, yeah, this is trivial. The constructor register function, which has a handle name and the URI, the starting URI for that profile, which does the means. And this is a helper function, this to token ID, which makes transfers, converts the handle string into the token ID. Token ID is a representation of the let me just mute Miguel because there is a lot of noise on his side. Um, and so the token ID is a representation of the handle, and so um, it's a direct representation. So a string is characters, and this is an exact hexadecimal uh, representation of those ASCII characters and nothing else. So it's a number that completely represents that uh, name. So this is done. We can check this function. Um, so we check the handle, and if it's a correct handle with the that matches the regular expression that we showed at the top, and we just convert 2 bytes 32 the handle and make it a uint to the 256. So there is a little bit of assembly magic here to convert 2 bytes 32 the string. Sorry. And that's it. We just make sure that starts with no special characters and ends with no special characters. It just has 0 to 9 and A to Z, and that's it. Okay. So back to the magic. There it is, register. So the mint function, I use register and mint because usually the functions that are standard for the NFT contract are expected to use token IDs. So the mint function, token ID, the burn function, token ID, and so on. So I am beginning to change this so that we have the standard function that is using the token ID as a standard one, and another function that uses handles instead of token IDs and does the same thing but has a better name for it, like in this case register. It's a lot more um, common sense for a naming system than mint, right? So in this case, mint takes care of creating a new NFT, okay, and register is the namespace proper function to call, because we don't want to uh, convert the handle to token ID and talk with this protocol only with token IDs, which wouldn't be very interesting. So in this way, we have both, and that's it. So in this case, the mint function will be it's a payable function, so we have to stake, right? And we are staking ETH or any EVM based currency. So in case of Polygon would be Matic. In case of whatever layer 2 will be a different token. So it's the base currency of the chain. And so this is payable because of that. We are sending the ETH to this function. And in this case, we pass the token ID that comes from register and the URI. Okay. So yeah, and I am understanding here that there is this function cannot be public. Yeah. You guys see why? No. Um, this is a problem because if it is public, then anyone can call Mint and pass a token ID different than any allowed um, token ID. So I can register the token ID number 69 just because I can. And actually, that is not a valid character or a valid handle. So this cannot be public. It has to be internal, and probably we need to rethink this idea of using Mint, or rethink the idea of using register. I'm not sure. We will see what we think about it. So, but the idea is you call register or Mint or whatever, and you just make sure that it has a value sent with the transaction. So the idea is to get allow anyone to register their handle for whatever amount they want. If they want to register for one way, it's up to them. The security of their name is directly related with the amount that they stake. So if they don't care much about their name, they can just stake a little bit, and that's it. But that will be a problem because if they stake too little, people can annoy them more. And because there is no risk with this, if anyone loses a bid, they don't lose any money. People will be extra incentivized to be extra annoying. Usually, that's the way it works. So, yeah, we need to be aware of this. Just because we can doesn't mean that we should stake too little, okay? But we can. So that's if there is an amount, it's okay. We just store it so that we can retrieve it later to in the withdraw function, or if we burn the token, and that's it. We store the URI as well. We also check if the token ID doesn't exist. Okay. Right. So if there is one owner already of this token, we revert telling that handle not available. So it's already registered. So we cannot register the same handle twice. Okay. And so after storing this information, we do the safe mint from the standard ERC 721, which is just applying MSG sender to the owner and of that token ID and that's it. Okay. Um, so this is okay. Um, I probably will change this to use handles anyway and don't bother about token IDs, because if the functions are not possible to be um, public, they don't make any sense to exist. So probably we just do this. Boom. And here we do uint 256. Just ID, it's easier. Token ID handle. There we are. Okay. This shouldn't be here. Here. I'm not sure why it is not complaining about the token ID. It should, right? There is no token ID. Funny. Usually, this complains too much. Sometimes it complains too little. Come on, man. Anyway, we know better. So, ID. Okay, safe mint as well. ID. And that's it. I know that why is not, because we have an error here. Um, not enough stake. We need to copy this. This is better English. Okay. Here we are. So maybe now we have ID. There's another problem here. Withdraw. Okay, let's just keep this like this for now. Withdraw handle. Yeah, let's comment this. There are more problems here. Okay, there we go. And now there are no complaints. Okay, so this is done. The register. The update is the first function that I was that I developed, which is an external and allows us to update the handle with the URI, with the new URI. Okay, so we require owner, and this is one that I wanted to chat with you about because usually we tend up to use modifiers on Solidity. Um, so we would have only owner modifier, and that only owner would um, make its own magics and revert if we are not the owner of the transaction of the handle, the one that is sending the transaction. So in this case, it's not a good idea because uh, it would require us to translate handles into IDs in every function, even if they had already been translated or converted in the only owner modifier. So that's why I didn't use modifier here. I created an internal function called require owner, which returns the ID if everything is okay. So if in here we have required owner, and it returns the token ID and changes, converts from token ID to from handle to token ID, and checks if the token ID, the owner of the token ID, is different than the message sender, and reverts in that case. Okay, so it just returns the token ID for the outside, and so we can continue using that token ID without requiring us to make an extra conversion, which is not a very um, complex operation. But if we can save gas, why won't we, right? So, yeah, this is the require owner, and then we are set. So to update our token, we just need to set the new URI on the URI mapping, and that's it, right? If we are the owner, we can do it. If we are not, we can't. It just reverse. Okay. So this update is done. I have the beads and all that to do still, and now the withdraw function. So here is the same thing. I have uh, a withdraw function that does the require owner and gets the ID. And I wanted to divide this into two functions because on the burn side, I I require owner as well, and I have the ID, and then I will call withdraw to withdraw my stake before burning, and it should not translate again and verify if if I am the correct owner again. Okay, so that's just optimizations, uh, but it makes this sense to save gas. So in this case, I am doing this. Let's see if this works now. Withdraw amount. That's it. We have the handle. And this withdraw as a token ID, of course. We need to pass the ID here. Okay. So withdraw function calls the underscore withdraw, which is an internal function. Okay. And it just does the transfer of the stake. Of course, it should check if this is okay. We don't have the handle here. This is a problem. I don't like to have these errors. Sometimes we send handles back. Sometimes we send token IDs because we don't have the handle. This is very bad. I don't like this. So I'm not changing this. I want handles in the errors so that it makes sense. So what do we have to do? We have to pass in the handle just because we can. In this case, it's an internal function. It's not a problem. And since we are giving preference to have handles in the public interface, then token IDs, I think that makes sense. So we are back to this part that we use burn here. Should we use here another words, or should we call register mint? I think we should do it this way. Keep what we talked about in the other episode. Keep the standard functions, function names, and take care of that in the SDK level. Yeah. So mint registers a new handle, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Perfect. Update is self-explanatory. Withdraw. We need to pass handle here. There we go. And the ID. And that's it. So handle, it's not used. No. State mutability can be restricted to, but it will change the state. So hang tight. So we can do the withdrawing, and we have the handle and the ID, and that's it. So yeah. So this burn is almost done. So then we take care of the withdraw and so on. Here it will have to be like this because there is a token URI that we need to override that receives a token ID. And we for sure need to have this function overridden so that it does what is expected. And we also can have a resolve that uses a handle and calls this token URI with the converted handle to token ID, and that's it. Okay. So finishing the burn, Let's finish the burn and then we are done. Um, so what happened? What we are missing? We need to check that there are no bids. So not allow to burn if there is an ongoing bid. Okay, an ongoing auction. So how can we do this? Ideas? Anyone? You can post your ideas in the chat if you are listening. Okay. So we need to check. So we have these mappings here. And one thing can, yeah, if there is a bidder, we cannot burn. But that creates a problem. Yeah, I am thinking of one attack vector here, because imagine that your name as a bidder, the guy placed the bid, uh, the amount of days, the 30 days passed, so we won, and he didn't claim yet. If it doesn't claim the name and you want to burn it, you wouldn't be able to burn it forever, because there was an open bid that is unclaimed. We need to figure that out. Yeah. Yeah. We need to think what to do. Either we have another expiry of the bid, or I'm not sure, because the user has to claim the name, but if it doesn't claim, then the entire thing is broken. So there should be a time for the user um, to claim. Otherwise, he loses the right to claim the name. Make sense? Probably. Well, this is the state of the project. I will continue with this. I was hoping that we could do more today, but with my chat at the beginning of this episode, I ruined it. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the state of the project. You can follow our project on GitHub. if you want, and stay tuned for the next episodes, because we are doing this every other day, sharing our evolution in this hackathon. So yeah, all the goodies at the end of this live stream. Smash that like button if you had any value of this video. If you didn't, send a comment, send your ideas, send whatever you feel we might do better. We are always happy to improve. Also, subscribe to our channel to be notified to all new episodes that we are doing. And join our Telegram or Twitter if you feel you want to get in touch. And yeah, thanks for joining our mission to decentralize the world wisely. And we'll see you on the next episode. Cheers. Bye bye.